Welcome to Backstage Pass with David Nash, where the curtain lifts on the real entertainment industry. From the studio to the stage, we sit down with world-class producers, artists, engineers, and music business professionals shaping the sound and strategy of today. This is an insider's look at how careers are built, hits are made, and the industry really works. Let's go backstage. Now, here's Dave.
You guys, welcome back to another edition of Backstage Pass with Dave Nash, an insider's look into the music industry. And with me today is the doctor, Frank Messina, also known as Doc Messina. Doc, good to see you.
Nice to see
you. It's been a minute.
Again.
I haven't seen you for years.
Yeah, really, literally.
I've gotten older, and you've kind of just stayed the same.
That's because I was so old before.
That's probably what it was. It's like Santa Claus. He always stays he's like always 70 something.
He doesn't get older.
So,
now,
Doc,
Go
ahead.
We're 78 years old now.
Are you 78?
Yeah.
I told you he's getting younger. I think he was 80 when I met him.
That's true.
So, Doc, you're originally from?
Long Island, New York.
Long Island,
New York. Born in Brooklyn.
My dad's from Brooklyn.
Yeah. Whereabouts?
Bensonhurst?
Bensonhurst,
yeah.
I was born in Ridgewood, but I was gone by the time I was 3, and I moved out to Long Island, which was literally a few miles, but it's a whole different world.
My brother and sister both born in Long Island, like Islip area.
And then I taught in the Islip area.
There you go.
Right next to Islip in Bay Shore.
I've heard Bay Shore.
First 3 years of teaching.
So this is a show about the music industry and the business side of it, and really all sides of it, because it's pretty deep water when you say music industry. I don't know what that even means, but it's a lot. Tell me kind of about your journey from Long Island in the beginning of your music. When did the music bug hit you? Kind of give me a rundown to how you ultimately ended up here in Lexington, Kentucky.
It is a circuitous route.
Write that down.
Circuitous. Hey, I had to get something out of my doctorate, so
there you go.
So I have a big vocabulary.
He does. He's also an author, and we're going to talk about that.
All right, thanks. All right, so real thin thumbnail. I was a very, very quiet, lost kid. 8th grade. I mean, I'm really, really a lost kid. Have a great general music teacher, who is a youngish man and just a hell of a piano player. I mean, turns out he played with some real big acts and stuff like that, jazz. Really great guy. So even though I'd been playing piano for a few years, a lot of years actually, I started when I was 6, just stumbled into it because of my sister taking lessons.
Right.
So I asked my folks if I could change teachers, and they said, yeah. So in between 8th grade and 9th grade, I'm in a 7th through 12th building. I asked this guy if I can take piano lessons. He says, well, I need to hear you play. So he comes, and remember, I started when I'm 6, and I'm 13.
So you're pretty good.
Yeah, so he asked me, so how long have you been playing? About a year?
Uh-oh.
To which I reply, But he says, all right, we can do some popular stuff, but I want to show you this Bach thing. I think you might like it.
Yeah.
And so he introduces me to the Bach inventions, and I was like, wow, this is really pretty cool. And like, I've been practicing maybe 45 minutes a year. Right?
Yeah.
But over that summer, I'm practicing 30, 45 minutes a day.
Yeah.
It's like incredible.
It's kind of picking up here.
It's a big deal. So it's very cool. And I go back to school. Now I'm in 9th grade. And the guidance counselor calls me down and says, it's all set. What's all set? You're in band and orchestra. Like, I don't want to be in band and orchestra. Well, Mr. Doolittle came down and said, sign you up.
There you go.
There you go. It's like, I don't play a band orchestra instrument. It says here, you play timpani. I said, I've never seen a timpani.
What's a timpani?
But he says, go up there and be in band. And turns out that in this 7 to 12 school, senior high school band, I'm now in 9th grade. I should be in that. But junior high school meets before school.
Right.
And because I have no experience whatsoever, they said, you can be in both. Ta-da. So suddenly, from one day of nothing to suddenly every morning before school in band, or I'm playing percussion, so we alternate between band and orchestra.
Right.
And at the end of the day, and suddenly I have friends. You know, band and orchestra kids are nice kids.
Yeah, they are. They're too nice.
And you're on the team.
Yeah.
Hey, come on in. So suddenly I have friends. I'm playing music with this thing. This guy says, hey, do you want to sing in chorus?
I don't sing. I don't even play timpani, but I'm playing.
No, I'm not going to sing, right? But he says, well, could you play piano for the chorus? It's like, oh, I couldn't do it. He said, look, the chorus takes a whole semester to learn the music. We'll work on it in your lessons.
Right.
It's like,
You got time.
okay.
You got
All
time.
right. So we worked through the whole thing, played my first concert for the chorus, and we get through it. I can still remember the moment there's a stumble, and he looks at me like, oh my gosh, we got through it.
Right.
Anyway, the next day, go back to chorus, and he puts new music on the piano, and he gets on the podium. And I'm like, total panic. I'm not going to be able.
Yes.
He turns to me and says, would you rather sing? Uh-huh.
Oh, really? So you?
So he traps me.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, I'm in chorus. I'm playing for the chorus. I'm playing in band. I'm playing in orchestra. I take music theory with some other teacher who's nuts. Well, she had her own system, which no one ever heard of but her. Anyway, by the time I'm a senior, he asked me if I want to, I say, I want to take a second year of theory. He said, well, they won't let me do that. It's only 2 you want to do that.
Right.
He goes down to guidance. He comes back and he says,
You got it.
he says, here's the deal. We'll be in one room, theory 1, theory 2. I'll be teaching you theory 2, but you'll be teaching the group theory 1.
Yeah.
Because he's been training me the whole time.
Right.
And he's also letting me run high school choral rehearsals, split the group into sectionals, and I'm running high school choral rehearsals when I'm a junior. So this guy gets me launched. I go off to college. I become a music,
Where'd you go to school at?
State University of New York at
Right.
Potsdam,
At Potsdam.
which is 9 miles from Canada.
Yeah. Chilly winters.
Oh, cold. So anyway, I did that. I'm playing. It's also true that while I'm in high school, this will give you a sense of where I grew up. John Abruzzo comes to me. He says,
Is he a mobster?
hey, you want to be in my rock and roll band? I never even conceived of it, thought about it,
Right.
but it sounds okay. So now I get into a band with John Abruzzo, Jerry DeBono, John Bellantonio,
So this was a mobster band. It sounds like.
and little Frankie Messina.
Yeah, so you had no choice. You had to be in the band or they break your legs.
That's right. So that's where I grew up. That's where I grew up, right?
That's cool.
Plus, we did have the name of the group. By the way, this group, I don't think it ever played a gig. But, that's how high school
lots
bands
of
are,
lots
right?
of bands like that.
But we did. It was the days when you had a drum and you cut out with poster board, right? You cut out the name of the band and you put it on the front. You put a red light in the drum.
Yeah, it was cool.
Very cool.
What year are we at in high school? What was the years in that? When did you graduate? What year?
I graduated in 65.
So you were hitting the Beatle invasion.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
right,
63, 64.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're in this group, and we're going to be the Satins. Okay, very nice.
Perfect.
Trouble is, nobody can cut out the letters, so John Bellantonio's sister did it, and she did a really nice job, except for one thing she couldn't spell.
So she missed. So what did the name of the band ultimately become?
Satans.
Satan.
And we became the Satans.
Oh my God.
Thank God we never played a gig. Anyway, 4 years of college playing in a black soul band.
Yeah.
While I'm up there, then off to back to Long Island. Taught for 3 years there, toward middle school music. Was in another group called Tricycle, little 3-piece club group. Then went off and did the doctorate, and then was there.
The
for
doctorate in music?
Actually, the doctorate in education.
There you go.
Okay. But it was up in Massachusetts, UMass Amherst. Went over to Boston. I ran out of money, so I joined a group out of Boston.
Sounds like a musician. Ran out of money.
Ran out of money. Like what else, right? So I joined a group, and we're based in Boston, but we're playing the Cape and the coast and up into, winter we're playing ski country up there.
Sounds like good gigs.
It's good gigs. But it's real full-time playing, 6 nights a week,
Sure.
constant work. And on from there, wound up after I finished my degree, I wound up in Indiana. Spent a year as a federal project director in an education project, hated it, hooked up with another guy and my wife at the time, and we became a trio, and wound up, we were living in Indiana, but we traveled all over the South, and eventually we realized the only place we didn't play was in Indiana.
Right. So why are you?
So we said, well, of all the places we play, what's the nicest one?
Yeah.
Turned out to be Lexington.
There you go. So you made the move to Lexington.
Made the move to Lexington. Now this is 70s, so it's country music.
It's country music. I remember country music.
It's the only thing that you could make a living
Absolutely.
Playing.
It still is. No, it's not, but I mean, it's good. If you want to do country lane,
doing the country lane is fine. Of course, the world was different then. Clubs ran 5 or 6 nights a week, 4 hours a night, not this like, hey, we're doing a show. Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah. No, we played 4 hours a night, 6 nights.
4 sets. Yep.
Right, the whole thing.
Yep. Been there and done that one. Yeah.
And still whacking away at it.
Wow. So what was the band called in the 70s, the country act?
Richardson Messina. Jim Richardson,
who went on to be a well-known regional musician.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So he and I were together.
Now, are you playing keys the whole time?
Yeah. Playing Jim on acoustic guitar, me on a Yamaha CP70, which is that big touring piano.
Yeah.
Okay. Big heavy bass. And my wife, Allison Messina, at the time, I know this sounds silly, but she's playing tambourine. Now, when you have a group with no drummer, okay.
That tambourine really comes out, man.
Tambourine is your
That's it.
Right? She was a hell of a good tambourine player.
One of the best.
It sounds like, hey, anybody can play tambourine.
Yeah.
Reality, she played it really well. It added a lot. It kept things moving. We had to learn how to work without a drummer.
So you guys were doing like 5 nights a week. Were you going outside of this region and
playing
other states?
We were on the road 9 months a year.
Were you really? Cool.
Yeah, we'd be in Lexington for 1 month. Then we'd go out for 3 months, like perhaps Atlanta for a month, then Jacksonville for a month, then Cincinnati for a month. Then
were you guys self-booking or were you using an agent?
Well, there was, remember Steak and Ale?
Oh, yeah.
All right. There was no official Steak and Ale circuit.
Right.
But when you can call Steak and Ale in, let's say, Atlanta.
I got a trio.
Well, yeah. And they were all running lounges, right? And you say, well, we played the Steak and Ale in Louisville, in Lexington, in Jacksonville,
They played the Steak and Ale circuit.
So in a sense, we did play the Steak and Ale circuit.
That they didn't even have. There was no circuit, but they made it.
But we played it. We invented it.
That's musicians actually taking the bull by the horns and say, because I hear it every day, man, we can't find gigs. You can find gigs, but you have to look for them. Even now.
And you have to be able, we weren't in Birmingham, Alabama, because people in Birmingham were screaming for us to be there.
Yeah.
We were there because you can't work 5 nights a week in the same town, 48 weeks a year, 50 weeks. You can't do it. So we just needed work and we traveled. And that, the good news is it wasn't one-nighters.
Yeah.
All right. One-nighters. All my friends who did one-nighters were just burned.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't last.
No. But when you go to Birmingham for a month and you get because people would say, oh, that's right near the Hilton. It's like, yeah, we're trying to bring money home. We're not staying at the Hilton. We're staying at the Easy
Motel.
Yeah. But, you go in there and you kind of move into the room and you bring your ice chest. There was no refrigerator.
Things haven't changed. I book bands, and the majority of what I book now, all the shows that we book are out of state. They're not in Kentucky. We don't really book anything here, but probably 90% of the rooms we book are lodgings included. So they'll either have a band house or they'll put you up in a hotel or whatever. But It hasn't changed. And I really don't think the pay has changed since the 70s either.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so.
You know, I see guys going out. I mean, touring guys now, I mean, even guys that are touring with national acts, people are like, oh, they're making all kinds of money, you know, but a lot of those side players are making $300-400 a gig, and that's it, you know. And back when I was playing, you know, 5 nights a week or whatever, we were making $150 a piece a night,
right?
You know, but a night, so you're making $500-600 a week, in this, you know, 80s is one of. But it's still, you know, for some reason, clubs have kept that premium pretty low. I don't know.
I mean, when you think about it, we're in Nashville now, you pay
to play.
To be on stage.
A lot of places you do that in Nashville. You pay to play, and that's not something I'm really big on, paying to play.
But if you intend to see, this trio I was in was really good.
Right.
Okay? It really was good. And people say, well, why don't you guys play Nashville? And I would always say, because in Nashville, the guy who's bussing our table is a better musician than we are.
He's one of the greatest guitar players I've ever seen in my life.
That's right. And he's buzzing tables to eat, right?
Yeah.
Because he's trying to make it big. We realize, like, we're really good at this, and we make a nice living playing, but we weren't really on our way to stardom.
Right. And back in the day, there was no social media to blow up on, and that whole side of this industry has changed, just mind-boggling changes from the days of, hey, we made a record, whether it's vinyl, 8-track, cassette, whatever, let's hand it out. Nowadays, you can make your record in your basement. It may not be the best record in the world, maybe, I don't know, but it's just the marketing of artists has changed just dramatically. So let me ask you this. So you've done this whole music thing since, and it sounds like, and I bring this up in several of my podcasts, it seems like the magic age is around that 12 or 13 when things happen for musicians, and you kind of verified that again. But you've made the move to Kentucky. You've been a gigging musician, touring musician, an educator, the whole 9 yards. What happened after your playing and touring stopped? I know you went back to education.
I did, because being on the road and having kids and family don't really go together.
It's tough.
Right. And at some point, it's like the road work is drying up. By that time, I'm working solo. And I spent a year playing in Cincinnati when I had kids in Lexington.
Wow.
And I'd go up on Tuesday, and then they would come up with my wife on Friday and Saturday, and they would go home for a day. And then I leave again on Tuesday.
Wow.
40 weeks. You would know this place, the Drawbridge Inn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on the river there.
Right. So eventually things are kind of falling apart, as they do. It's an up, down, up and down. And somebody comes up to me. I go into my daughter's kindergarten class and say, I'd like to come play piano for the kids, just as a sharing parent. I come and I play. Turns out that woman's husband is the head of arts and humanities for the school district. And he's got an opening at Henry Clay High School.
Uh-huh.
And he calls me up and say, hey, would you like to have that gig?
Sure.
And I initially say, no, I don't do that. Plus, I'm always thinking, well, they can't afford me to have my PhD, blah, 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 which turned out to be totally irrelevant. They don't care. But in the end, he says, well, why don't you come in? And I come in and I said, well, I gotta walk around the school. And I know he thought I was evaluating them.
Right.
I was evaluating me. Am I still able to do this?
In that environment.
It's been so long.
Right.
Right. Am I just going to be comfortable? I had never done high school.
Sure.
Went in it worked. I spent 9 years at Henry Clay.
Wow.
And didn't play much then. And but what I did do, which was really cool, I had a group that I invented called a pop rock ensemble. Okay. This was a full rock band.
Right.
Okay. With 9 singer dancers. Okay. 3 guys, 3 altos, 3 sopranos. And if you think, what kind of show do you see at Kings Island? That's the kind of show we
Kings Island is a big amusement park if you're not huge. It's like Disney World of Ohio.
And you would see shows there.
Yeah, all the time.
And all those people are thinking their career is going to be musical theater.
Right.
And so they're great.
Oh, yeah.
I 2 summers in a row, I got a gig. I wrote a proposal and got funding to take these kids out on the road.
Wow. That's
and
cool.
pay them.
Really?
Pay them to work the summer. We were doing a Say No to Drugs program.
That's cool.
And one day we're down at a local state park, and guy walks up and he says, "I've seen better at Kings Island." And I'm thinking, wow, that's an incredible compliment. You didn't mean it that way.
Right.
But if my high school kids are right, that's who you think of when you see my high school kids,
Good.
then
Good.
we're kicking butt.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, 2 guitars, bass, drums, keyboard, 9 singer dancers, doing choreography and all that. And it was a neat way to bring part of my day. I'm teaching chorus. We're doing high level choral work. I'm teaching music theory. I invented a little guitar course. But one period of the day, I'm able to take my professional experience with bands, because I did all the bands. You know, I started playing dance music.
Right.
Right? You're a high school kid. What do you play? Play dance music. All through college, what did I play? Dance music. I'm just the keyboard
Put
player.
feet on the floors and selling drinks.
That's right. Later on, when I'm playing out of Boston, I'm playing with this guy. It's very interesting. Playing with this guy, Bob, who's mega talented. And that group kind of fizzles. And he goes off and plays with some other guys who are really entertainers. And he comes back with some thoughts about entertainment.
Yeah, what's that?
And I get a little bit there, although we drift back into doing dance music. But eventually, when I'm working with Jim Richardson, who is a really great frontman, a really good entertainer, we started out just trying to be good singer players and all that. But we learned how to
be entertainers. Whole different subject.
Whole different things. If you come to my show now, I do like 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah.
And then I start bringing people up.
Sure.
So, and some of which is real silly. Some of them are really good. And I don't think of myself as a musician. I think of myself as an entertainer.
Well, there you go. And you are a musician, without a doubt.
Thank you. And I do say a lot of times, well, I'd like to think that in the end they say, well, yeah, you could really play.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I know guys that are just phenomenal guitar players, and now they want to start being vocalists too. But they always say, man, at the heart of, I'm an entertainer, but I want people to see me as a guitar player that sings, not a singer that plays guitar. So it's I get that. So I understand that after this long storied music career, touring the whole thing, there comes a point in your life where you're like, I think I'm going to become an author.
Yeah.
Tell me how that happened.
It's just bizarre because my mind is just always going into nuts places.
Fair.
All right. So my wife, Denise, and I go down to Asheville, North Carolina for a one-night thing. Hey, let's go down there and see what it's like to go to some of the art galleries.
Yeah, let's go.
We're driving back. Now, she's a voracious reader of murder mystery novels.
Yeah.
And I've read more than my share. Okay. So we're driving along, and she says something about the book she's reading. I said, they're all kind of formulaic. Right. So,
is that a word?
Yeah, formulaic.
Okay.
It's a real word. All right. I just had trouble getting it out of my mouth. So I say, look, there's a guy, and he's a cop, and there's a girl, and she's some sort of a cop, and they don't like each other,
right?
But they have to work together, right? It's just, so I say, all right. And I just throw this at her. I said, all right, so there's a girl. What kind of girl is she? She said, what do you mean? It's like if there's a girl and she's some kind of cop. What kind of cop is she? She says, private detective.
Yeah, there you go.
I said, okay. If she's a private detective, she's either a newbie or a crusty old pro who got thrown off the force because drunk or they shot somebody. Yeah. Something happened. I said, which one is it? She goes, she's a newbie. I said, okay. What's the guy? She goes, another private investigator. I go, okay. What's the girl's name? She says, Sonia. Okay. The next day, don't ask me why, I open up the laptop and I stop I start writing. I got Sonia. I gave her a friend named Jet, 2 girls, young women, private investigators. And if you're at all from Lexington, you would know McGee's Bakery downtown.
Popular.
I put them on the 2nd floor of McGee's Bakery, which doesn't exist, going up and down all day long on old stairs that don't exist, to eat almond croissants and drink coffee. But across the street, now this is Israel, across the street from McGee's is an old white house. And in that house is a former Marine. Never say ex-Marine. Former Marine.
Always a Marine.
Former Marine, who's also a private investigator, whose firm is Semper Fi Investigations.
Okay.
And he's taken with her, and she's in, but he's the pro, and off we go. And that turns into the Bluegrass Files, a 6-novel series set in Lexington, and really quite successful.
Let me ask you this. How do people, and he's written, obviously, the 6 books of those.
Plus one another.
Plus another. Are you in the process of a book right now?
I am writing screenplays.
Oh, there you go. There's a movie in the future of Doc Messina. So we're about to run out of time, but this has been cool. One of the points I want to make, this is a guy, Long Island, Doc Messina, who from an early age was a musician, lived the life, did the whole thing from touring 5 days a week to, on the road, to family, to becoming a music educator and an educator in general, to having your PhD, to becoming a writer. So your whole life has been in to me, writing is the arts. It's all the arts, So it's this special DNA bug that we all have, that are artists or entertainers, that regardless of what direction you may go, whether it's writing, performing, producing, whatever, we've got that DNA bug.
It's the creative thing.
It's the creative thing. You got to have it. And he's never stopped doing it at the age of 78. 78. Started in the
1963.
63.
First band, 1963.
I was 2 then. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years go by. But think of Will and, the guys who really, really, really have it in their DNA.
Oh, yeah.
You can't stop.
You can't stop. It's what you do.
Stop.
It's like we're at our studios in Lexington, Kentucky, Lyrico Entertainment Studios. Full, video production, music production, the whole 9 yards. Doc has been here. He's taught here as well. How do they find you online? How do they find your books? Amazon?
Yes. Go up to Amazon, look for F.J. Messina, or more, it's more easily done, The Bluegrass Files. I give you a hint. The first book that comes up, The Bluegrass Conspiracy, which was a big book.
That's a good book, too.
Yeah, a very good book.
Yeah, really. But
just look for Bluegrass Files and all 6 books. And my 7th book, which is called Imagine, which is I don't want to call it a Christian book. It's a God book. It's about a young Native American woman who has a God experience and wants to share it with the world, but the world has big ideas about keeping her message covered.
Well, I'm going to have to read that now. Doc, we're about out of time, man. It has been a pleasure. It's been several years since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasure to reconnect with you and kind of get the whole story. But thank you so much for coming on, man. And I'm going to get the books because I love to read as well. It's been one of the things I've done my whole life. You guys, this is Backstage Pass with Dave Nash, and insiders look into the music industry. And there's a whole lot to look forward to in the future. Once again, I want to thank my current guest, Doc Messina, musician, artist, entertainer, writer from right here in Lexington, Kentucky. Catch us next time on Inside the Music Industry at Backstage Pass with Dave Nash. See you then. Thank you, guys.
And when I need her, she'll be there. And when I need her, she'll be there. Now like she's walking, oh, like a run. Here she comes. Here she comes. And when I need her, here she comes. And when I need her, here she comes.